You can count on me, your NKT, oh, I'll be there. And I know when you need me for type 1s and 2s to protect you, we'll be there. 'Cause that's what NKTs are supposed to do. I'm just kidding, that's not my song, but hello, I'm Katrina and I'm going to be singing a song about natural killer T cells. For those of you who are familiar with what I do, you might know that I study T cells that recognize lipid molecules, that is, fat and oil molecules. And natural killer T cells, or NKT cells, are more like the original variants or the more widely studied version of lipid reactive T cells. And I'm super pleased to be working with people in the ARC Center of Excellence for Advanced Molecular Imaging who are really trying to get to the bottom of how NKT cells recognize their targets, how they develop, and really what they're all about in people. So without further ado, let's get into it.
A special group of T cells recognize CD1D for their activation. Lipids are the key in between a normal T cell and a natural killer. They hold up innate and adaptive responses as a pillar, responding to infections in a very short time. Unlike normal T cells, they don't need to be primed. They produce cytokines to make other immune cells go, and in minutes to hours release their lethal ammo. NKTs recognize CD1D. That's the same for you and me. To be pathogen free, we need NKTs for immunity. Type 1 NKT cells recognize alpha-GalCer, a very potent trigger to kick off warfare. It's a lipid that was found in a sponge from the sea and has since been shown to have anti-tumor activity. Type 1 NKT cells have restricted TCRs. They're very restricted in their gene repertoire, while most TCRs are comprised of combos of genes. Only one different variable in each chain can be seen. NKTs recognize CD1D. That's the same for you and me. To be pathogen free, we need NKTs for immunity. Type 2 NKTs are a lot more diverse, and a lot of the time their roles can be inverse. Sometimes they're your friend, and sometimes they're your foe. But how they behave in humans, we still don't fully know. Compared to type 1s, they're much more frequent, looking for many different lipids that could be present. They dock on CD1D in distinctive ways, depending on the lipid antigen that's on display. NKTs recognize CD1D. That's the same for you and me. To be pathogen free, we need NKTs for immunity. Atypical NKTs are somewhere in between. While their TCRs are diverse, alpha-GalCer can be seen. We have NKTs from all these different groups, ready to fight pathogens with all of their troops. Importantly for all of us, CD1D is the same. So NKT cell therapies for all of us are fair game. While normal T cells recognize molecules that vary, CD1D conservation is somewhat legendary. NKTs recognize CD1D. That's the same for you and me. To be pathogen free,